Hello there, this is Risk of Rain 2. I've put quite a few hours into this game. Well, I suppose to start this off with, I'm just gonna play as the captain on Rainstorm difficulty. The idea of making a 2D side-scroller roguelite into a third-person game was an amazing idea. I think it works incredibly well. If you've never played this game before, or you haven't played a lot of it, one of the funnest things to do in this game is to just stack up on similar items, because it can get ridiculous very quickly. So I've played quite a lot of difficult games on this channel so far, and they seem to have become kind of my mainline series, like with plans of playing Dark Souls in the future, which is interesting how that turns out, because I've said multiple times before that I don't like playing difficult games, and yet I continue to play them for some reason. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Forgot about that. This game is on the more difficult side in my opinion. Once you get a few stages into the game, it starts getting pretty crazy. The difficulty in this game steadily rises as over time. You can see at the top right there's a meter that shows the difficulty level and a timer. So you kind of have to balance your exploration, which involves getting items. What I mainly do is explore as much as possible and get just about every item I can in the level and then move on. It has served me fairly well. I'm a damage-focused maniac. If there's an item that increases the damage I can do, I will take it immediately, even if it's at my own peril. I'm sorry if I sound a little tired in this video. I got back off of work after another 3-day weekend for Labor Day, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Went to an amusement park, had some fun at the water park there. If I were to rank the difficulty of the games I've played on the channel so far, I would probably do Sekiro definitely number 1 in terms of difficulty. That's absolutely insane. RimWorld, Noita's probably a 2. RimWorld's definitely in the realm of being like a 3, because that game can be very difficult depending on who is your storyteller, mainly. Noita is an interesting one though, because Noita could either be very difficult or very easy, just depending on how lucky you get. And the same goes for Binding of Isaac as well. For this game can be, it's kind of relying on luck, but there's more of a skill aspect since it is a third-person shooter. So if you're more precise with your shots and movements, then you can get away with a lot more than if you were more reckless. Oh, of course I gotta get my item there. And if you like stay in the level long enough, you can make it harder for yourself easily. My opinion might change as I get better at Sekiro, but as it stands right now, that game is just bordering on insanity. I don't know if I want to turn this into a series. I've already played this game so much, and not a lot changes between runs, like in something like Noita. Fairly samey overall. The items and maps, especially the maps, because they're preset, they're not randomly generated. Ooh, sunglasses. I will actually risk giving away. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted to keep, but whatever. This will work out for the better anyways. Alright, let's hope that I can keep my turn for... Nope, there it goes. Definitely don't need that. And I'll... Alright, I'm happy with what I got left with. I know there's a hard cap on how many of those actually help you, and I don't know what that cap is. It might be like 10 or so. Oh. Sending fireworks everywhere. Alright, nice. That'll make it a little bit shorter since I can get places faster. Definitely gonna do bleed. I love bleed. Oh yeah, I just remembered this is why this guy is like unstoppable. Ah! Yeah, there you go, buddy. Just take the full brunt of that. This character is really fun to play though, I'll give him that. It's kind of easy mode. Ever since I've gotten a little better at commentary, and for a few other reasons I guess, I've been recording for a lot less periods of time. Because my original plan was to record for an hour and a half every time, but as I got better at talking, I've been able to fill in the gaps more, so there's less to cut out. And recently, more recent than that, I've been thinking about it, and I've been thinking about how I edit my videos, and I've been cutting out a little more of my longer conversations that I feel are just pointless. So that's led to, and I've also cut out a lot more of the gameplay where I'm not talking, since the focus has always been just on me, my commentary. Because the focus has always just been on my commentary as opposed to the gameplay most of the time. I can't say all the time. But I've been thinking about my editing, I've been cutting out a little more, so my videos have been around 20 minutes or less lately. And it could just have been the games I was playing. But I might have to record for longer periods of time if I do that. So it's just gonna, if I want my videos to be around a certain length, I'm gonna have to figure out how long to record for and how to do my editing a little better. I've been a little more opposed to making longer form content lately just because of how long it takes to edit them. If I can get through the basic editing more quickly, then it means I have more time to put in advanced editing. It's just kind of... The biggest problem is that I just don't have a lot of time that I can be alone and record stuff, so that's my biggest obstacle right now, is just being able to record content. So most of my decisions are based around the amount of time I have in the day to make content. This could change in the future whenever I get my own place, so that maybe I can wake up earlier and record earlier in the day and record after I get off of work, or vice versa, just whatever I can to get more recording time in. As it stands right now, I can't even really edit a full video and record a full video in a day. It's like I exist in a perpetual time warp where I have less time than I think I do. Oh boy. Oh, well, one of them's already dead. Alrighty then. Death Spark's not that good. You know, lately, within the past few months or so, I've realized that I'm actually a pretty picky person, and when it comes to quality and like food, I'm extremely picky when it comes to games for sure. Like, I knew that always, but I never realized I was picky in other aspects until people started kind of pointing it out to me a little bit. There's lots of games that I flat out just can't enjoy because of one or two small things I find an issue with. If a game's too repetitive or has too clear of a pattern, then I quit playing it and never pick it up again. Like, I really liked Drug Dealer Simulator for a while until I realized how linear that game was, because they set you up as sort of a open world sandbox sort of game where you can deal drugs and make money as sort of a tycoon, but you unlock things at a very, very strict level, and so you can't really experiment with that too much. So that kind of leads you into the trap of making the same amount of money for the same amount of deals you get each day, and then it's pretty much scripted through and through. I realized that after a few hours of playing it, and that kind of ruined my gameplay, or it kind of ruined my experience, I think. They made the game in a way that selling at nighttime gives such a big buff, and selling in the daytime gives you a certain debuff, to where you may as well only sell at nighttime, and that just limits you already. It's just, I thought it was a kind of an open sandbox game, but it's a linear story-based game. It's just hidden very, very well. I like the drug mixing mechanics though. That's my favorite part of the game, and like packaging them all out and being able to set up your workstation pretty much how you like. I like that aspect of the game. And of course the making money and then spending a lot of money to make more money. Those games are always fun. Once I find like an issue like that with a game, I pretty much stop playing it. Which I don't like it either. I don't like that quality about myself. What I hate even more though is whenever I really like playing a game and just stop playing it for no reason and keep telling myself I'll get around to it eventually, and then enough time passes to where I forget what I'm doing or where I'm at and how to play the game, and then I have to start over from the beginning. It took me a long time to figure out you can shift the portal's destination like that. You can shift it to where you loop back through all the levels, or you can go to the final stage. Pro tip for anyone who didn't know that. Ha 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 difficulty. Sweet, a crowbar. I've been wanting that. I love this song in this game. This game's got a pretty nice soundtrack. This song has somber undertones, and I think I like that about a lot of songs. Not specifically for this game, just in general. I could probably listen to this on loop as I go to sleep tonight, honestly. I try not to listen to songs that are too much back to back. I don't like getting tired of songs. I like being able to come back to them. You guys should let me know some of your favorite songs of late in the comments, and I might give them a listen. I can recall things in very vivid detail, and I can imagine things in very vivid detail. Like if I asked you to imagine an apple, there's certain stages of people's mind's eye that they can envision the apple with. They can envision sort of a vague silhouette of it, or they can visualize it in full. My memory is on the latter half of that. I can imagine the apple in full detail. I'm sure that's normal for a lot of people, but there are some people that can't imagine things or see things in their mind's eye. It's called aphantasia, I believe. But I think this has a double-edged sword for me personally, and because of my vivid imagination and my vivid imagery, I can imagine things as if they happened to me, and so I can get confused thinking back. I get confused for just 2 seconds looking back. I'm thinking, did that actually happen to me or did I imagine it? I can imagine a scenario at work, like someone's throwing a part or something, and I can imagine that in full detail, and then a couple weeks later I'll recall that, and for a second I'll be like, hey, someone threw something at my work, and then I'll think for a second or two more and I'll say, wait, no, I think I imagined that. I wonder how many people have that sort of issue. Oh, I'm not gonna make it to the boss. I'm gonna die to these things.